In this video, I'll be replacing the clicking recirculation door actuator on this first generation Chevrolet Traverse. The symptom of a broken actuator is a clicking noise under the dash when turning the recirculation mode on or off. If this isn't the actuator giving you problems, I have videos for each of the other 3 actuators in my Traverse playlist. This is the same actuator as is used in the GMC Acadia, Buick Enclave, and Saturn Outlook, although access may vary slightly by model. To confirm that the ticking is coming from the recirculation actuator, the noise should be coming from the passenger side dash area. Unfortunately, there's 3 actuators in this area, so we'll need to narrow it down further by cranking up the engine, turning on the HVAC system, and cycling the recirculation mode on and off. Mine had a couple of ticks with each cycle, which means that the actuator was still somewhat functioning, but was about to go out soon. This is due to a few broken teeth on a gear inside the actuator. I'll include a link in the description below where you can buy a new replacement actuator. The tools you need for this job are a T20 Torx bit, a 1/4 inch socket, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, a 1/4 inch wrench, ratcheting wrench is preferred, a trim removal tool or slotted screwdriver, and a flashlight. I also found it helpful to use a paper towel to hold the Torx bit in both the socket and the wrench, since they aren't magnetic like a bit driver is. If you have a T20 1/4 inch drive socket, that would work as well, but the paper towel trick seemed to work well for me. Let's get started by removing the 2 trim clips holding the access panel under the dash above the passenger footwell. After removing both of them, the access panel can be easily removed. Next, open the glove box and take out the 2 bumper stops by rotating each counterclockwise a 1/4 turn and sliding them out. Now take the glove box off by reaching under and pushing up on the back of the hooks along the hinge, then move the glove box out of the way. There are 3 actuators located in the small space to the left of the HVAC filter. The recirculate actuator is the one to the right beside the cabin air filter. Using the T20 bit with a 1/4 inch socket and ratchet, remove the 2 screws on the back side. The top left corner is by far the hardest since it's completely hidden by the actuator. I found it easiest to reach up through the access hole below rather than through the narrow slot beside the cabin air filter to get to these screws. Next, use a wrench or ratcheting wrench to remove the front screw. After the screws have been removed, slide the actuator out of the door splines. Once it's removed, press the tab on the back side of the connector and unplug the actuator. Now it's time to take the new actuator and, if the white plastic adapter came off on it like mine did, swap over the adapter to the new actuator. Keep in mind that it will only fit one way into the splines of the door, but it can be accidentally installed upside down onto the actuator. Now plug in the connector and fit the new actuator into the splines of the door. You may have to rotate it slightly to get the splines to line up, then rotate back to get the screw holes to line up. Reinstall all 3 screws with a T20 bit. Hand tighten with either the wrench or ratchet. Test and make sure that the new actuator is working properly. It's almost impossible to see the actuator working without a camera, but you can listen for an airflow change several seconds after changing the recirculation mode. Now that it's working properly, you can reinstall the glove box by pressing the hinges back on at each end, realigning the soft close damper on the right side, partially closing it, and reinstalling both bumpers. The bumpers will only go in one orientation, then a 1/4 turn clockwise to lock them into place. Now all that's left is to reinstall the access panel above the footwell and press in both trim clips to hold it in place. I hope this video has been helpful. If so, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also check out my Traverse playlist for all of my Chevy Traverse related content.